Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Friday. It's a rainy day. We're sleepy. We've got the appropriate beverages for this time in the morning. And I want to remember how to play Preservation Evoker, because I don't know anymore. It's been too long, and my brain doesn't store things for longer than absolutely vitally necessary. I was just picking up my gold to see if I was rich on my hunter. She was selling some stuff that she'd picked up here and there. Does anybody buy any of this stuff? Oh yeah. Sometimes I get pieces of transmog, and then I'll sell them for 5% of their value, and then I get excited when they sell. Click button so friends don't fall down. Gosh, I hope so. I'm gonna have to just look at the bars and then just kind of, do the little dragon just to make sure that I remember how that works. Happy Friday. Nice new raid guide today. Why, thank you. We gotta, they're coming along, but I gotta pick up the pace a little bit. I have a feeling I might, I might skip a news video this week and just do a write-up instead, put up a text post, so that I can try and get 2 of them done today. Because if I do 2 today, 2 tomorrow, and then 2 on Sunday, then I can take Monday off. Oh, there we go. We got some game sound. Oh, no, I had it. I lost it. Oh, no. Is it going to be a bad Bluetooth day? I think it's a bad Bluetooth day. It's something to do with my microphone stand. Sometimes, depending on how it's set up and what the weather's like, I swear the weather counts, will obstruct Bluetooth, and it's very inconsistent. Some days it's not a problem at all. And then some days, if your head's not in exactly the right point, you're not getting any sound out of the earbuds, and it's just a bit peculiar. Okay, we're logging out there. I'm going to log into my main, and I'm going to find out if I'm rich over here. Also, I got to show you my new transmog. I was feeling like I needed a new outfit. I love that mount. Time management is fascinating. If you look into executive dysfunction and chronic procrastination, there's a lot of what I experience is very common. Lots of people deal with it. Lots of people have different methods of it, but this method is honestly not the worst thing that could happen. This is a relatively well-managed version of me. Amy Starry, thank you for the 6-month resub. Glad I'm not the only one who has lost the memory of how to play Preservation Evoker. But at least we look cute, right? Look at this. I was looking through my mog, and I was like, I want to wear something new. And I have some centaur stuff. I have a cataclysm mailed chest. I have a kilt from I don't even know what. I got a belt with a big old buckle on it. I've never worn this staff because I know it's a centaur and it's a little shield and some spears and whatever, but it looks like an eyeball. It looks like a big old furry eyeball. Oh, it's got a little birdie on it too. I didn't see that before. I just thought it was a big old furry eyeball. Sanguinet, thank you for the 3-month resub. Very Nordic druid sort of vibe. I don't usually wear cowls, but I had unlocked a couple new ones. Well, not new, they're extremely old, but I'd been kind of questing around on my hunter a bit, picking up transmogs that I didn't have already, and I got a couple of them, and I figured I would work it in. It just kind of looked nice with the V-neck, the low-cut top, I thought. Alrighty. Furry eyeball's a horrible bunch of words. Typically not what you want from your eyes. Am I rich? Not really. Reset a couple of things. I've just been crafting. I turned CraftSim back on. TSM's been causing me problems, but I've turned CraftSim back on and found that some things were profitable for me again. So I just made a lot of stuff. I made a couple thousand of this and a couple thousand of that. Throw it up. Sell it here and there. Call it a day. Can't. I'm not very attached to my gold right now, which makes it very easy to invest in mats and stuff on the auction house and just kind of craft whatever, because I'm pretty sure that the math checks out and that it's going to be profitable. But even if it's not, I don't really care. Even if I somehow lose gold or just come out even and then just clicked a bunch of buttons for no reason, it's not really any skin off my back, so I may as well. Yeah, no, I still have 400k worth of those and then another 100k worth of those. So yeah, we're not out the gold. I also bought a couple of pets, so I will have a slightly lower net worth than what I was used to. I purchased Scruffles, One of them came up, it was 30k, and I was like, that's outrageous. But then I was like poking around on, apparently the Endermine Journal is gone now. I was poking around on Ouroboros Exchange and found that on some servers they're cheaper than that. There's some servers that have like a bunch of them up for 10k each, but on a lot of servers they are kind of 20 to 30k. And I thought, okay, and I bought it. And then I got a jeweled whelpling while I was at it to help buffer up my collection. And then, just because I didn't want to go back to editing at that moment, I went and bought a bunch of upgrade stones and then got the levels of those pets upgraded. Also, you know what's funny is, so I bought Scruffles, right? I was having my moment of I'm just going to buy it. Well, that's kind of cute. Bought Scruffles, upgraded his level. When I learned Scruffles, at the moment, the precise moment where I learned the Scruffles pet, I got an achievement that said, what can I say? They love me. And for collecting 1,600 unique pets, which is funny because it was actually $15.99. But anyways, I don't know how it does its math. And it gave me Violet Violence. It was purchasing and giving up on the Scruffles farm was the thing that pushed me over the edge of my next pet collecting meta. It's not the last pet collecting meta. There are more. There are some that I'm pretty sure are unobtainable, or at least I'm gonna assume they're unobtainable. That's Family Battler of the Cavern. That's not it. Collect. Is there like, was that it? No, I thought there was more. I thought there was one for 2,000. Maybe they hide them because they're like too unreasonable. What do you think of these shop accessories that will later be on the trading post? They look kind of cool. I am only interested in the staff. I'm not interested in the rest of it. So I'm just gonna wait until it's on the trading post. Especially because I am cheap. Cheap like a little baby chicken. Cheap, 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 cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. Okay. Have I procrastinated long enough? Yeah. Let's get into preservation spec. Let's look and see if our talents are intact. 50 left to go. Oh, you're so close. There used to be, they removed it for now, hoping when they bring it back it's a more exciting pet than the one they had. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it'll be something good. Puppy recolor. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. He's so big. Scruffles is surprisingly big. I guess he's a little elephant, so I shouldn't be that surprised. That was my raid healing spec. Did I have a dungeon spec? I did have a dungeon spec. It's probably, things may be different now. I should probably just rinse out. For Devastation, because the talents changed, I just deleted all of my pre-saved talent builds and I imported a bunch of new ones. I probably should do that for this, but yeah. How do we do this? We have like a nice hot. We've got like our empower spells. We've got the pretty green flower. You know, we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then we do a little big, yeah, something like that. I don't know. Do I have enough add-ons for this? Did I turn Plater back on? Oh, I should run add-on updates. That's a good idea. I'll give the rundown of the premise of what we're doing here, just in case anybody's missed it, because there's been a lot of stuff going on this week. Oh, I can update details. Is Plater okay? Did Plater must be updated by now. Plater's like a big ol' add-on. Yeah. Plater's a big ol' add-on with big boy updates. Oh, I had it turned on already. Okay. It was just a little yak. I feel like it deserves something special. Looking for a veteran item or trying to upgrade one? Unless I got the upgrade tracks wrong, my understanding is that not the weekend event, just the regular dungeon quest, which is a weekly quest that they've added in this patch. You complete 5 heroic dungeons and they give you the option to choose, oh, sorry, champion. I need to change my stream title. I don't think we can get veteran items yet. Whoops, a daisy do. Somebody said they upgraded it to 424, and then I was looking at the WoW head guide, and they said that the veteran gear is the stuff that caps at 424. Anyway, maybe it's just because of our crest availability. Let me change my stream title. I've been lying. It's a piece of champion gear. I'm so sorry. Where are we at here? Champion. For my champion item. Let's give it that. I would put the item level in the stream title, but I'm frankly not that brave. So I'm just going to do, and you could also choose a Drake's Crest if you wanted to, but I have those. I need this, or at least I want to find out what it is. You're also going to get 250 Niffin reputation, which is important to me. I actually did some world quests with the Niffin. I'm pretty close to unlocking snail racing. I need just like another 60 reputation with them, so this will do it. So I suppose what I should do is I should say, send me into a random heroic. I was kind of hoping it would give me like a special cube box, but it's okay. I'll get over it. Send me into a random heroic and we'll see if I remember anything at all. It's just a heroic, but it's a heroic. We'll see if I remember how to do it. It's a dungeon. I haven't seen the inside of one of those in a hot minute, at least not as a healer. Ooh, I got Garlock on my bars. Hi, buddy. He got a level upgrade too. Okay, we're gonna scoot in, get all the back support. Gotta love the nice fast cues. Well, it's gonna make me nostalgic for the days of my life when I was just a straight up random heroic at endgame healer. That was a Cataclysm. Okay, so my spec has Anomaly. I've got Stasis. What dungeon is this? This is Neltharis. I haven't seen this dungeon in a while, but we're about to see it a lot more. This is probably not how it's going to be done next week when it's a Mythic Plus. Crafting an armor item? How do I make it max level? It's got something to do with using a... Well, it's got to do with a lot of things. It has to do with the crafter's skill. It has to do with an inspiration proc and like what quality level it comes out as. I believe it also has to do now with you can use a crest as a crafting reagent to kind of indicate the item level range of the item. I believe. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty fuzzy on the details of the new crafting. I haven't done any of it yet. I have a spark and I'm keeping it in my bag so that I don't lose it. I put it in the special little pocket on the inside of the wallet where it won't go anywhere, and that's my whole plan. Heroic Dungeon Gear is class-based and not spec-based. Risk of getting something useless. Oh. I should be pretty safe as an evoker. It's gonna give me, like, the worst thing it could give me as a preservation evoker would be like a DPS trinket. And I can find a way to use a DPS trinket. That's not a DPS trinket. That's just a Mythic Plus healing trinket. Got a wand with horrible stats so I could study instead of leveling it. Oh, there you go. Have I offered my opinion on the tier sets yet? Oh, I think they look nice. I'm not too fussed about the actual effects of them. They seemed reasonable. They seemed fine. I only really looked at the evoker one during raid testing. But I like them. What's the best option to getting good gear without doing raids? Oh man, you came back in the right patch. I mean, if you don't want to do raids, and that's your only stipulation, and you are fine with doing Mythic Plus, then you can get excellent gear from that. Similarly, if you're fine with doing raided PvP, you can also get decent, you can upgrade gear from that and make that gear quite good as well. Those are competitive gear pathways to raid. They won't get as much tier as early, like they'll need to use the catalyst to get tier later on, but they're, oh wow. I thought I was gonna have to remember how to heal for this dungeon, and I've clearly underestimated the power levels of the people that are doing this for the same reason as I am. But if you don't want to do any like group content, you just want to do it via outdoor content, then you're looking at getting into stuff like this. Like the item that I'm gonna get from doing these random heroics is gonna have a pretty decent upgrade path, and I can use materials that I'm getting just from doing open world questing in order to upgrade it. And this is a weekly quest, we'll be able to get one of these every week. Do you think they look pretty? Or what were the designers on when they made them? Oh, I think they look nice. I like the, I think they look nice. The only ones I really took a close look at, the priest one was really cool, and I was like, wow, it's a bummer that I'm not a priest anymore. And then the evoker one was fine, but it's an evoker, like you're never going to see your mog anyway. Oh, I should move out of that. So this guy had some kind of dragging him into a thing. It doesn't matter, it's going to die before anything happens. This is going to be chiller than I thought it was going to be. I wonder how I can sit so that I don't have my, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh boy, I got a ring. Oh boy. The dungeon quest you can pick up in Valdrakken. If you remember where you used to get the old dungeon quest that we would do for reputation early, it's kind of in the back, like the northwesty side in one of the side buildings. There's an NPC that's got a quest for you. I understand that's kind of a long shot to remember. I barely remembered. I just kind of flew around on the northwest side and then like looked at quests until I found it. It's near the Storm Surge one, but it's not the Storm Surge one. Should I interrupt somebody? Oh, do I have an interrupt? I do have an interrupt. Oh, they're around the corner, that's why. There we go. There we go. Much better. Also pick it up from your adventure guide. Oh! Well, that's handy too. That's good. I didn't do that. One thing, I'm actually making progress in my traveler's log. I still have yet to set out specifically to do anything on purpose. Although, no, 50 dungeon bosses is kind of a lot of dungeon bosses. But if I did 50 dungeon bosses, that would finish it. I've yet to set out to do anything on purpose. This is the first time I've actually kind of just like, you know, lived my life and then had the trader's tender come along. The only thing I need to buy still is I need to purchase Pippin, and I need more tender to buy the pet, the gold recolor of the Alarma dog. But I guess I should look and see. No, everybody's fine. You know, you also want to fill out the bar. You get the turtle. Thanks, turtle. Fighting is its own reward. Oh. Able to loot the bags that give upgrade shards. Not even 70 yet. Don't know if that's meant to happen. Is it your first character? Because I know that there's some, and I'm not real secure the details, but I know that there's some amount of there is some amount of alt catch up where some quests are account wide. In Loam, like there's some things that you only do the main campaign in your main, and then your alt can just kind of go get stuff or start doing things. But it's also possible it's a bug. There were a couple of bugs flying around with the Zerlik Caverns release. This will be fun next week. I have totally not put any thought into doing these new dungeons. I'm just gonna see what's up when I get there, I suppose. I'm gonna have to adjust on the fly. Had the wrong loot spec, opened a ticket, learned from my mistake. People were saying in chat that the box is done by class and not by spec, so that your loot spec wouldn't matter. But that's I haven't confirmed that. That's just word on the street. Shadow Flame residue sack. Been looting outside Zerlik. Not at 70 yet. Alright. Okay. I really thought there was going to be more healing involved. I don't know why. I guess I just hadn't been in a heroic. And also, there's going to be lots and lots of people that are doing these random heroics that are doing it for the same reasons. You're going to get a lot of people that were like, you know, raid geared from last year. That are just chunking through these, whereas during kind of like the regular season, oh, it's a big old dead dragon. During the regular season, most of the people that are in random heroics are people that will only, like, they're either gearing up very carefully for endgame, or like they only do random heroics, so they're not going to have that kind of boost from raid gear, and the dungeons will go slower typically. Dungeons haven't been tuned up yet. Thought they'd only drop for 70s. Can't open them. They give Flightstones, Whelpling Crest fragments. Oh, still season 1 tuning. Yeah, I mean it's on heroic right now. I'm not expecting it to be mythic plus levels of difficult. I forgot where I was going with that. We need some coffee. Oh. I was looking. Oh, I've like completely lost my sound. You guys can still hear it, so I guess I shouldn't worry about it too much, but it's spooky when I'm just talking to myself. Still enjoying playing Evoker as your main? It's fun. I haven't played Priest as a main since I started maining Evoker, so it's kind of hard to one-to-one compare them. But I'm having a good time. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Yeah, we're almost finished with this one. If they're going this fast, I could see it being not too bad to crank out 200 dungeon bosses for the sake of the Traveler's Log. I could even do dungeons on my hunter, on my leveling hunter, and get credit towards that. Thank you very much. Oh, they're going back in. Yeah, okay. Got more to do. Make sure I'm getting credit for my quest. I am. That's good. Yeah, 3 of the 5 people here are on that quest, or 3 other people maybe. Is that 50? It is 50? Oh, 50 would be way better than 200. I think it's for 200 points. I think that's where I'm getting confused. Traveler's Log.
Us with protecting the life pools from the primalists. I pray they have not infiltrated too deeply.
Oh yeah, it's only 50 raid bosses. You're right, that's way better than 200. It gives you 200 points. I'm tired. Kitty cat, you wanna come sit with me? Hola, hello. How you doing? How are things? Okay, alright, okay. Hi, kitty. What else can I do? I heard that my Preservation Evoker damage is getting tuned down a little bit, or has been, or something. So life I'm gonna have to learn how to live with. Lunch pig. Hi, kitty. How you doing? How are things with you? You sleep okay? I had bizarre dreams. I mean, that's not new. That's a pretty common occurrence, but usually if I wake up really tired, I will wake up with the entire saga of some really strange dream just booting around my skull. And in this one, I had gone fishing before stream. I had woken up at I don't even know what time of the morning so that I could go all the way out to the ocean and go rock fishing off the shore before stream, and I was catching all kinds of different things, and I had my landing net and it was like full to the brim with fish. I didn't even know what kind of fish. And then I get home and then I have like them on the counter and I'm like, oh geez, I stream in 25 minutes. I've got like a dozen fish here. I cannot clean fish this quickly. I'm gonna be late. I need a shower. I need to stream. And I'm like looking in the fish net and there's like a big old salmon that I wasn't sure if I was allowed to retain, and there was like a catfish for some reason, and then I like went to go brush my teeth before stream and there was a starfish in my mouth, and then I was like, well, that won't rinse down my sink. I don't want to clog my sink with this starfish. But I remember I wasn't even too mad because I was like, wow, we really caught a lot of fish. Have you been fishing this year yet? I went once. I went one time to the lake in April after the season started, and it was nice, but I didn't catch a whole lot. I caught one fish and released it, and then it was also still pretty cold and rainy, and like it was raining off and on, and it was pretty breezy. It was just kind of not really weather where you want to hang out there all day yet for fun and relaxation. So I tabled it for a bit, and then I got busy. I really want to go fishing. That's it sounds nice. Although not in weather. It's raining again. it's the chill came back. Reducing healer damage. Maybe. I know that they kind of reduce healing a little bit by proxy of increasing player health and increasing mob damage. They wanted to slow down the pace of healing again, but you know, it's upsetting if you nerf somebody, so instead they just like move all of the other buttons to accomplish the same effect without directly nerfing healers. And yeah. Drilling a well at the cabin, yay for finally being able to garden. Oh, nice! Last night I dreamed I was president of a huge country of 800 million. I was going to a conference. Oh my gosh. Oh. Gotta talk to the primalists about deep fried dragons. Coffee good. Let's see here. I'm at a stage in my week where I have let go of any inclination to force a normal sleep schedule, and I've embraced sleeping when I'm tired, and then being awake when I'm awake. Because the only thing in my schedule right now that really holds me to like daylight hours is the desire to see the sun and then also stream. So for the last couple days I've been like streaming for a couple hours and then I'll just go back to bed and then I'll wake up and I'll start the day over again because I've been staying up very, very late and then napping in the afternoon.
The last pool is safe. She is exposed.
It doesn't always make me the most coherent for this. Please, man, the season's gonna... Wait, I feel like when, no, we were doing Mythic Plus when the raid came out last season too. We were doing all of it at once. I just wasn't doing any, PvP at the beginning of Season 1. I PvP'd at the end of Season 1 because I needed my vicious Sabertooth, but we didn't mess with it early. And this time around, I really wanna do a lot, and I don't know where I think all this time is gonna come from. I don't know how the math checks out. Being awake at a time where you can buy food. Yeah. Or at least be awake at the time where you can answer the phone and buzz the door to get food delivered to you. I've been using the grocery delivery, which is something I would not be able to do if I lived in the woods. But as it stands in the city, I can just kind of like pick out a bunch of food on the website and then just be like, can you bring me this? And then they pay online and then they just kind of bring you the food. It's great. You just got to be awake to answer the phone. Zeester, thank you for the 30-month resub. 30-month resub. How does Preservation of Ochre feel starting season 2? Hello, thank you. I don't know if I could give you like a super accurate assessment just because this is all I've done so far. This is my second heroic dungeon. And these people are so overgeared for this that I'm mostly just doing a little bit of damage here and there and then trying to remember my dreams. It doesn't seem like it's been... I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out next week, I think is the gist of it. I'm gonna go into raid and then I'm gonna see A, how hard it feels like to heal people in normal progression, and then B, how my healing stacks up against... Oh, it doesn't even debuff on this difficulty. How my healing stacks up against the other healers, and then I'm gonna kind of like look into it and be like, so what did I do? But for right now, I'm just kind of doing the same thing I have been doing. Instacart for the win. Kind of tempted to PvP on Druid just to get the PvP color. Have you seen the Druid set yet? I saw it. I don't know if I remember it. I looked through all the sets. I'm definitely getting the Druid PvP set. I had thoughts about doing the Hunter set too. Grocery pickup, drive to the store, they put it in my car. Get anxiety going into stores because stores move products around. Mm-hmm.
The life pools are safe
Yeah.
for the moment,
Yeah, I can see that being nice.
Primalists are still a threat.
Here...
Lest we be caught off
I
guard
don't
again.
like driving short distances in town.
Good.
Just and the stores are a pretty short distance away, but I don't like driving short distances in town just because traffic like in town, like the worst traffic and you know, turns and yields in busy areas in construction, it's always going to be like basically right home. So usually if I'm going somewhere, I need to really want to go somewhere that's like out of the city for me to justify getting my car out and doing it. Otherwise, I will either walk to groceries and just carry things back. I have a little tote. I have a couple of totes, actually. Well, I have a couple of totes in a backpack. I've industrialized this. But I'll either walk to the store and carry stuff back or do delivery. I drove my car to the grocery store one time. I drove to the store once when I first moved here because that's what I'd been used to doing. Like when I lived in the States, I was living on my own. I had the car and I would just take it to the store and, you know, buy groceries. And I would go in the evening and it was nice and quiet and it was no big deal. Like the traffic wasn't a problem. But then I moved here and I did it one time and I'm like, nope, that's not worth it. No, thank you. Not if I have other options, anyways. And you know, I'm sure the other denizens of the city appreciate me leaving my car in the garage whenever I can get away with it. Stay here and watch this while I get a mount. Not like right now, but eventually. The Twitch drops are active right now. That's the ethereal portal one, but the mount is coming at some point. I forget the dates, but the details should be in that link there. They may, if you click that link, the WoW article should have details on the Blazing Hippogriff as well. There was a bug with it where they were awarding both for a little bit early, but I think they fixed that. Got both of mine from a bug. Yeah, that was a thing for a bit. I have my Blaze of Hippogriff already too. Not from a bug, just because I bought it. Thankfully, a long time ago. Drops next Tuesday.
Ready to fire.
That's a lot of voice acting. My headphones just clicked back in. There we go. Autopull, thank you for the 30-month resub. Happy Friday stream and chat. Happy Friday. Are they changing the tier set effects? The effects same, different gear. New effect, new gear. New effects and new gear. You'll be getting a new tier set and we'll do something different. The sets are all posted somewhere. I'm sure Wowhead has them. I'm sure Wowhead has the season 2 tier set effects. They've been available for testing in the PTR. But yeah, do a little something different.
The storm must be quieted and the elemental within it defeated before Clan O'Neill can join the Kanamatra. Their primalist allies have placed totems that protect this raging tempest.
A little bummed out when I remembered that the catalyst is not available right away. They've at least posted the catalyst date. I believe it's June 13th. It's like 5 weeks into the patch, something like that. But I'd gotten so used to having the catalyst that I'd like kind of forgotten that it's not always there. And it was like, oh, I'm gonna get my PvP gear, and then I'm gonna get my PvP tier, and then I was like, oh, hang on a second, you gotta wait. You gotta let some time go by before you can get away with that.
The Primalist's power weakens.
Love the Druid one's all passive.
One more totem, quickly.
I can't hear it most of the time, but I think it's still too loud. I wonder what I need to adjust. Bummed when I finished chapter 3, excited to move on to chapter 4. Learned it's not going to be till next week. Hate that they do that. I'm glad that they at least confirmed that it is just time gated to next week so that people aren't losing their minds trying to figure out how they unlock the next thing. Because originally, I think they should, they said they were going to change this text. Because right now it just says raise your renown to continue the campaign. And that's not the case. It's just straight up time gated. So they're gonna fix that. But yeah. I don't usually mind quest time gating, but I'm a different audience, I think, because I mostly am doing the campaign quest just because I know they're eventually going to give me the mount, and because I feel like I should. I feel like I'm gonna regret it if I just don't do them at all. But I don't mind when they break it up into a couple different pieces because it just makes it less of like a single binge of quests, like the time gating. Kind of like releasing episodes of a TV series 1 week at a time versus all at once. I think people like it different ways. I think that gating it out a bit gives people more time to absorb the story if they were going to do that, but also frustrating if you just want to play all of it.
They have desecrated the graves of our
Whoa. Did I aggro that? I don't know how I didn't aggro that. That's a miracle. That's a Christmas miracle right there. Just strongly dislike packing moving a computer with glass sides. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can feel that. I'm so excited to move, though. I'm jealous. I typically pack all of my I've moved a few times, and I would pack all of, I mean, don't take advice from me, not that you didn't ask for advice from me, and now I'm giving it and also telling you not to take it, so I'm just a real gem right now. But I literally have a big scratch on my monitor because I damaged it when I was moving, because I'm very laid back about packing. But I will typically use all of my squishy stuff to help wrap and insulate all of my delicate stuff. So all of my clothes and like kitchen towels and sheets and stuff that I was keeping, you know, couch blankets, bedding, that kind of thing, all of that was used as like cushioning, wrapping, insulation to help pad out around like the computers or the monitors and the microphones and stuff in the boxes. Or like how whenever I would travel, whenever I would fly to go to BlizzCon or whatever, and I would bring like microphones and stuff, I would just stick them in my socks. I would wrap up all the cameras and stuff in various pieces of clothing inside of my luggage so that it would survive. Not using an orb weaver anymore. No, I switched back to a keyboard. But yeah, be careful with anything that can scratch. I think I was also a little bit messy when unpacking stuff, therefore, although I'm still using the darn thing. I only notice it when it's off. No way they mentioned the new Slither deck, can't even get it yet. The messaging was very unclear. I'm not sure that they knew across the board that it wasn't going to be available the first week. I think that was just a little bit messy. Wish I saved my keyboard box. Saving the boxes and all the foam for stuff does make it really easy to pack and move them, but it also means that you have to store the box and all the foam for it for like however many years that you're using it and not moving. So for me, I used to save more boxes for that kind of thing, but it really depends on how long I'm planning on living before I move again, because if it's going to be longer than a year, I'd rather just recycle the darn thing, figure something else out later, and then not have to store it. I guess also if you have like a garage where you can just like put that stuff, then that makes sense. But if you're living somewhere where you're really tight on space, where keeping boxes matters, it's gonna be different issue. I had saved my TV box and then also one of the PC boxes last time and used those in the move, but for the rest of the stuff I just used like U-Haul boxes and then blankets and big old thing of bubble wrap and everything made it in one piece. I didn't break any computers or anything. Pillow's good for putting keyboards in. Speaking of flying to BlizzCon, not to get anybody excited, I'm still not planning on going, but I was looking through my spreadsheets. I was just looking through my personal folder of spreadsheets for unclear reasons, and I happened across my BlizzCon 2018 packing list and like my to-do list. I had a couple of different spreadsheets that I was using to track the items that I wanted to bring with me and like pack, and then also to track like the order of events for which things to do and when to, you know, you're gonna get up at this time, you're gonna do this and this and this and this and this. And the packing list, I didn't realize this. I don't really think of myself as a super organized person. I know that I can be organized. I possess the capacity to put things in order, but it gets exercised to like a greater or lesser extent. It's kind of all over the place. If you looked at my home, you'd be like, it kind of averages out to what I see as normal, although I guess everybody thinks they're normal. But I was looking at this packing list, and first of all, I brought so much stuff. I brought so many things because I was bringing like camera and recording equipment because I was going to make videos and because I was going to film an interview. So, and it was like a self-film, like, here, you bring all of, you mic them up, you do everything. And it was a disaster. It was a terrible interview. I buried it in the BlizzCon video and hope nobody ever saw it. But I brought all that, but then also just like the things needed to maintain an appearance on the road for that long in terms of skincare and hair care and makeup and like the clothing items that I was gonna bring and like the travel items. I didn't just like write on the packing list, pack your makeup bag. I had specific individual items because some of them I got travel sizes for, and then some of them I could bring regular sizes. So I had, and like the same thing for my clothes. It wasn't just like pack some shirts. It was like, you're going to bring this shirt and this shirt and this shirt because you're going to wear this shirt on this day and this shirt on this day. I had it all planned out to very, very, very specifics. I had the brands of the graphics cards. I had a couple of different bags and then subcompartments of the bag, and each thing had not only a checklist to indicate that I had packed it, and then another one to indicate that I had double-checked it, but also a column that said, this one's in the duffel bag, this one's in the backpack, this one's in the documents folder. It's like I had never traveled before, and I was trying to invent it, and you know what? It worked. I brought everything, I didn't forget anything. Mirror Meat, thank you for the 3-month resub. Always a wonderful day when Hazel be streaming. That's your idea of normal? Well, now, looking back at it now, the reason I'm telling the story is because it looks bananas. I don't think I would pack, well, I don't think I would pack as much because I don't think I would need as many, I wouldn't need as many hair care products, that's for sure. I probably wouldn't need as much, well, maybe I would bring as much makeup, I don't know, you need to take a bunch of pictures. But, I think it would be, it would be a little more chill than that. I've also, I don't know, at the time I had this idea that I was a one-woman production company, so I had like a lot of equipment to film something of undefined parameters. And they were all right, but I've come to realize that convention videos are more for you than they are for the audience. It's a very niche group of people that actually watches them, so they're not as big of a deal as they feel like they are when you're filming it at the convention. The Straying 11, thank you for the brand new set. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Yeah. Moving every 6 weeks for the past year. Good at packing my computer setup. That is so often, holy smokes. There's a rumor that BlizzCon's going to be different this year. Is that a rumor, or is that just people guessing because we haven't had one for a couple of years and then there was like, you know, like a pandemic or something? Champion item is basically on a higher reward track than the items that we're getting from outdoor quests and world quests. So it can be upgraded to 424 with the Drake crest that we have currently. It's basically just an item on a slightly higher upgrade track than we're otherwise able to get this week. This is going to be not as big of a deal next week because people will be able to get into like the raid and keys and whatnot. But for right now, it's one of the things you can do to get a decent piece of gear. Last BlizzCon was 2019. That's true. I was there. I went. I went to 2 BlizzCons. I went to 18 and I went to 19. Heard someone else mention BlizzCon. Clearly, someone is talking about it. Yeah, the only thing I know about the next one is that so-and-so, what's-his-face, said that they're definitely doing it, and they miss it, and they need to bring it back, and that's all I remember. I think 2 was my first time going. Am I going? I don't think so. I'm reserving the right to change my mind because, I don't know, but I'm not currently planning a trip. It's expensive. I'm kind of saving my pennies over here. It's not free to travel and feed yourself and get to the airport and get on the plane and, you know, stay somewhere and like eat food and stuff. It's like really not free. And right now my budget's kind of somewhere in the realm of free. Especially because if I don't, I haven't done a home BlizzCon since like 2017 was the last time I like watched it from home. And when you're home, you can sit at home, you can watch the show in your pajamas, and then you can make a bunch of videos because you have all of your actual equipment and you're not completely fried from 3 days of travel and meeting people. I found that going to BlizzCon was a really cool experience. It was really fun, but it's expensive and it's stressful and it completely physically ruins me to the point that I can't like actually function and start putting out videos until like a week and a half later. And that's not, you know, if they're going to announce something, you want to be able to like talk about it. Can we have a Hazel Co stream? Maybe. I want to say probably. That sounds reasonable. I guess it depends on what... Am I enough of a jerk that if BlizzCon was on my... It's usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? Like it's usually a weekend, so I think I would be streaming. But if they did it on like a Tuesday, I'd be like, excuse me, it's my day off. I'm gonna watch this by myself. I think I don't know that I would do that, but it doesn't sound not like me. But yeah, they usually do it on a weekend. It would probably be right over top of my stream time. I don't know why that's so important to me. I don't know what my problem is. Hi, kitty cat. Have you seen this cat? Look how cute this is. Picked with Hazel. Worth it. Sometimes I look back over the pictures that I took at BlizzCon, and I don't want to say I look so young, because I don't think that I look old now. But, you know, 2018, 2019 doesn't sound like that long ago. But holy smokes, it looks like a long time ago. I guess 2018 was a solid 5 years ago, and at this phase in your life, 5 years makes a difference. It's your time that means a lot. I guess I've got a kind of a, I don't know if it's a strange relationship or if it's just the one we should all aspire to, but I try to have like really strong boundaries between work time and me time. Because when you work for yourself and you're completely self-directed and it's all at home on your own time, one thing that can happen, and this hasn't happened to me in a long time, but one thing that can happen is it kind of envelops your life and you feel like, oh yeah, sure, there's this thing, I can flex for that, I'm home anyways, and you just kind of end up having no boundaries around your own time. You don't like respect your own life, and you just kind of let your job eat it. That's not a thing that I've struggled with since like 2015, 16 maybe, but I did for a little bit, and ever since then I've kind of swung too far in the other direction of the pendulum, where I am perhaps inflexible and very, you know, if I'm on a day off, you're not getting a hold of me. I will not see, basically, unless you're my mother and you have my cell phone number, you're not gonna get me. It's just not happening. There we go. It's awful if you ask employers. Yeah. Hi! How you doing? How are things? Hey, sweetie. Oh, yeah, is that a good spot? Not a good spot. If you're in Brackenhead Hollow the next season, and you're like, where is my healer and why aren't they healing me? This is what's going on. Healer's petting the cat. They'll be with you later. Afternoon panels. I would probably co-stream just the announcements, like the big keynote. I don't think I would watch like dev panels. on stream. Are you saying if Ian wanted to talk to you on your day off, you would say no? I would be very confused if Ian wanted to talk to me. He seems busy, and I don't know him on a personal level, so I would be a bit afraid that you know, he was like in trouble. Like, he'd have to be in really big trouble for him to be coming to me for help. Like, I'm sure he has like a big list of people, but if he's getting like blackmailed or like, you know, someone's threatening his Roomba, I don't know if he has pets, then he would, there's like quite a few different people in his life that he could call and get help from. Oh, I got my phlegm. Before being like, you know what, I need Hazel on this one. It's true, very few people are my mother. She's really one of a kind. Yeah, Ian, notably not a parent for me. Would you ever consider playing classic hardcore? I mean, I'm not saying no, but it's unlikely now that season two is about to start. I'm a little too into retail, I think. Have you started to do dailies? No, I need a little bit more renown. I'm only renown 6 and 9/10 or something like that. I need another 60. Doing this quest, actually. Doing the dungeon quest is going to give me enough Niffin rep to unlock it and start doing dailies, but I did show him all 15 snails. I did show him all of the available snails to get a boost. So I think the snails gets you basically like halfway through the grind. So we are there, but I don't have the rep yet. I think we can probably get it done today. Yeah, turtles are good. Have you considered what you would do if the game shut down? Yeah, if you think about it, you kind of have to think about it. I don't have like a hard and fast plan. I have a couple of different directions I could go in, but it would kind of depend on, well, A, what's everybody else doing? Like, sometimes a game dies and another thing just kind of cannibalizes the entire audience. Like, if WoW shut down because Blizzard put out a newer, different version of it that somehow, you know, appeals to WoW fans in the same way, then you probably just move on to that. If it's just gone, and everybody kind of scatters to the winds into different games, I can pick one and try making content for that, or transition into variety. Or if I'm old and tired and I don't want to be on screen anymore, I can try to get myself into like freelance editing or consulting for other channels. Or I can go back to school and try and get a real job, although I don't really want to do that. It's hard to want to do that when you've lived like this for long enough. Content creation is both extremely easy and rather difficult, and it's spoiled the living daylights out of me. I got a renewed proto-drake pattern. I didn't have that before. Neat. Also, my alchemy knowledge. Do I need certain renown to do dailies? I was under the understanding, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought that I couldn't do those until Renown 7 when I actually unlocked Snail Racing. I might be wrong on that one. Oh, see you later. Bye, kitty cat. I might be incorrect. Okay, weekend event. So I made it through, or dungeon. I made it through 4 out of 5. I need to do one more. One more dungeon. Those people must have done one before me. Those are generic. Get yourself a niche like hunting or surfing streams. Hunting. Wonder what Chinese players have been doing this year. That is a very, very good question. That's an excellent question. Meow. I'm pretty sure I did it when it was lower than Renown 7. I've heard that from other people as well, so I may be just going about it the wrong way. But, you know, clean up the bags. We'll get back in there. Go do this again. Get yourself a fishing stream. I've watched fishing content creators. There's some from BC, like YouTubers, basically. I don't know about streamers, but YouTubers. And it's possible, but it seems like a difficult niche to, it's a difficult niche to make a strong living in. It's possible, but there's other stuff you could do. I've come to a point in my life where I don't need what I do for a living to be fully rooted in like the passion of my soul. I just need to feel like I'm good at it and like it's ethically tolerable, and that, you know, I like doing it well enough, and then that'll do for me. So there's nothing that says that I have to monetize another hobby Random heroic. There we go. Yeah, Ujaz got the right of it. I don't think IRL streams would be a go-to for me. I do not want to broadcast my location in real time. I don't even post Instagram pictures outside anymore. I would take issue with the struggle to catch a fish every 5 hours if it, like, wasn't true. Listen, sometimes they're biting, and then sometimes they're sleeping, and then it's really just an excuse to sit on the lake and watch the eagles. From heroic, it's not specifically dropping from the dungeon, although I did get a Drake customization. You do this dungeon weekly quest. Fighting is its own reward, which you can evidently pick up from the adventure journal. And you get a choice of either a Shadowflame crest, or you can take a piece of champion gear. Starts at item level 415, but you can upgrade it with flight stones and crests and whatnot. So we're gonna take that and hope that we get something good and usable. There you go. Hello. Area, thank you for the 3-month resub. Cool sweater. Oh, I thank you. I am peak comfy today. I had a really hard time waking up, and I thought, you know what? Sweats, hat, no makeup, and then you don't have to take it off. I've sometimes you really want to do eyeshadow looks, and then you're like, but I'm just gonna have to. Don't get me wrong, I wash my face, but sometimes, and I've tried different makeup removers. I've never found anything that takes it off with as much ease as not wearing it in the first place. Didn't finish my weekly last week. Didn't get to pick up that weekly. Oh no! Oh! Oh dear. Oh, this is might be mildly more exciting and spicy. Whoa. Yeah, I think the muscle memory of playing Evoker will come back to me more or less. I might need to refresh my memory in a couple of guides. And am I wearing? Oh, I'm wearing a healing ring too. Good. Look at me. Go me. Go team. Alien hunting streams. World famous after your first catch. Alien hunting streams. Alien hunting for me would just be like alien people watching, alien watching, and then when I found one, I would I don't know if I would catch it. I would greet it, and then if it would rather not speak with me, then I would very politely move on with my day. I don't think that abduction is your first move. Never found anything works as well as the Avon lotion makeup remover. I've heard like oil-based makeup removers can be quite good. I usually use the Neutrogena makes one, but they also make a knockoff one that's basically like a two-parter that you have to shake in like a blue cylindrical bottle with a gray cap. The oil-free eye makeup remover. That stuff works pretty good. It stings like murder if it gets in your eyes, but that's most things. And some days I don't mind, but some days I just don't have it in me. Definitely niche. Alien friendship stream. Oh, jeez. Why am I awkward even when I'm dreaming? Why can't I have dreams where I'm just like I don't know, a strong, confident, charismatic individual? I had a dream the other night where I was on this date. I was on a date with a girl, and I felt really bad because she was really sweet and she was really nice, and we were having a lot of fun, but like I wasn't really attracted to her. I didn't really like her that much. And I was like, oh geez, you're gonna have to tell her, or you're gonna have to like make some kind of a polite excuse, but like you don't want to like, you know, just nope out of the date right away, but like also you don't want to lead this lovely young woman on. And it's just like, and then I started talking to her roommates about a cat that lived in the area, and I was in my dream, it was like this cat that I've actually seen in the streets called Wario, and I'm pretty sure Wario is like somebody's cat, and it's also, his name's not Wario, he just has a meow that goes wah. But I was talking to them about this cat, and they were like, oh no, that's a feral cat, and we really want to take him to the vet, but nobody can get close to him. And I'm like, oh, he loves me, I'll do it. And then I woke up. Yeah. Abduction is such a grim word. It's called nif-napping, Hazel. Work on learning lucid dreaming. I don't think that learning lucid dreaming would help me with confidence or charisma at all. I think I would be lucid dreaming and I would feel just as uncomfortable as I do when I'm awake and asleep. I think I've just come to accept that I am not going to have as much. I just don't need to be that social. I think I've come to accept that some people are just a bit reclusive, and that's okay. It's not that I don't have any people. I just have a very limited amount of people. Practice in VR. My date also had like red curly hair, and we were talking about like curly hair maintenance. Like we were talking about curl routines, and the other factor of the dream, which happens in a lot of my dreams, is I was like, oh well, I cut my hair really short so I don't have curls, and then I like looked in the mirror and I had like 6 inches of curls, and I'm like, how did this happen? I swear it was shaved like yesterday. I keep having recurrent dreams of my hair growing back really fast and me being like, no, I wanted to be bald. It's a strange situation. Work on dream working, dream about doing work, and then complete all your tasks and then feel mad that you're not done when you wake up. Oh, jeez. It's a sign. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's somebody's cat, and I'm sure it actually goes to the vet, like in real life. It just has it has like a very, like it's a nice kitty. It's kind of a lumpy looking kitty. And it's got a very, very funny, throaty kind of hoarse meow, which just makes me think that maybe it's an older kitty that maybe has some like, chronic health issues. So I think that's why in my dream I really wanted to just take it to a vet. It may be really old. It's very sweet though. It'll always come over and see me if it spots me, and it's just got this. Sounds exactly like my 18-year-old cat. Quasimodo kitty. Hello all. Hello, Katie. How are you? People think elderly cats mistreated just the way they look at that age. The elderly cats that I've known in my life have been revered and cherished and taken very good care of. My kitty's 18 also.
Target acquired.
Kira, you're only 9. You're a young spring chicken. I'm walking through fire over here. Kitty, you want to come back? You want to come stay with me? Elderly feral cat used to come around all the time. Nice, but gnarly from all the fights. I saw 2 cats scrapping a couple weeks ago, vaguely recently. I was out walking, looking through, looking at the different garden stands in different neighborhoods, and oh, you're noggin okay? Okay, you're noggin okay. Jeez, Kitty, I'm gonna make you wear a helmet. But yeah, the cats were very loud, very fighting, and then one of them ran up a tree. Okay. Hello. It's fine, you can walk through fire. You need to heal it after all. You need to remember how this works. I had one as a kid that got to be 23. Got pretty matted up and stuff. Katie, sometimes I worry that you're old. Not that you're old. You're the fountain of youth. But sometimes I worry about your age just because I don't know what I would do without you. And because, you don't have as many teeth as you used to because the vet had to take a bunch of them out. But the teeth that you have left, they look great. We brush them every day, don't we? Hi. We brush them every single day. Did you ever consider calling your community Nutters? It never came up. Can't say that I did. Did I trigger the RP? I think the RP was already triggered. Katie only has 4 teeth. Hi. Oh, I've gotten myself into trouble. It makes me really happy when something really small, like just, saying hi to her in the morning, or, stopping to ask her how she's doing and give her some pets, or, you put an ice cube in her water bowl, she loves that. Just little itty bitty things that you can do for kitty cat just seem to make her really happy. You know, she starts to purr and she gets all lovey and she just seems content. And it's just really nice because it doesn't take any doing really. And it's just very sweet to have such teeny things, you know, make a little kitty cat's day. Mostly blind and deaf, have to tap on the bed to get his attention when he's staring at the wall. Have you seen Billy Speaks? I have, actually. I have. He's a goblin for treats. I love cats, man.
Regaining their power, and we cannot allow that to happen.
How am I doing on 50 dungeon bosses? I have some designs on doing that for my Traveler's Log thing. We're at 19 of 50, so it's like halfway done. But these ones are going pretty fast. If I switch and I start doing leveling dungeons, it's not going to go nearly as fast. But we have all month. And it would finish my Traveler's Log. Plus, we're going to do like keys, I'm sure. Oh man, I really do gotta finish them. I gotta get some stuff done this week. Cats with the snaggletooth are funny. Sometimes she gets like a little smirk. Like her lip will get, not exactly caught in her teeth, but her lips will sit a bit funny in her mouth, and her upper lip will just be pushed up on one side, and she'll have kind of like a rock and roll smirk for a little bit. And it's funny because she looks like very grim, but she's, you know, still happy. Okay, we're done with that. Let's go find out if we got something good. Let's go open our box. Would you say that 38 out of 100 is almost half? Yeah. Listen, you gotta be looking forward. I mean, you don't gotta do anything. I like to be looking forward. My cup isn't half full. My cup has lots in it. Juice. Who doesn't love apple juice? Am I drinking tea from a straw? Coffee from a straw. Alright, I'm taking my dungeon piece. I'm getting my Niffin rep, which I'm quite pleased with. Snail racing unlocked. Yes. Alright. My loot spec is resto, but I don't think it matters. Or preservation, pardon me. I don't think it matters. Diddle-doo. Skyless cuffs. I got bracers. Yeah, it's not the worst thing that can happen. Because, well, I'm currently using 421 with a socket. And if I, like, sink all of my stuff into it, it won't have any mastery on it, and it would be 424, but then, like, without a socket, I feel like it's not worth it. I feel like it's not. I don't know. Are you gonna see snail racing? Yeah, let's go poke around. Let's go poke around with the snails. Let's go see what's that's about. Also, I want to find this flight path situation. I was told that I can take a flight path down into the caverns, and I would like to do that. Also got bracers from that. Spelled T on my fancy keyboard. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. I've been there. I want to go to the caverns. Actually, I have like a lot of quests to turn in a scar. I have victory stories and then Patchy stand there. No. I wanted to fly to the caverns, and I was told that I could flight path my way down there, and I want to know how. Is it true? How do I do it? Bottom right. Oh, so you click there and then, oh, okay, I understand. That is a bit, whatchamacallit? Here, I should see if I have a nail. I need to get my male snail quest first. There we go. That is not immediately obvious to me, but there we go. 1 gold 25 and they'll take me right there. Pulled a sneaky one on you. Unintuitive. Thank you. I think so too. Hi. Meanwhile, we can finish the coffee and we can have some kitty cat time. How you doing? I ask her how she's doing like 1900 times a day. She's probably like, Mom, I'm fine. Stop asking. Hi. Partner was asking yesterday if there was a flight path. I figured when we got flight paths in the caverns that there would be some kind of a thing, but I couldn't find it yesterday. I know I have a riding dragon, but I'm you know, I want to give it some time off. Poor thing's tired. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who didn't know that. That makes me feel better. Doing the Human Heritage Armor quest line? No dragon riding sucks. Flying into the cavern was easy, flying out. I don't think I ever flew out. I think I would always, don't scratch. I think I would always use my Hearthstone. I would just hearth up back to Veldraken every time. This particular ex-feral cat likes to sleep with its face flat down. This one will do that too. I think it's because she's covering her eyes so that it's dark. I don't know how she breathes, but she'll also do the same thing. Mage poured out all the time. I mean, Hearthstone's what, like a 15-minute cooldown? Also, do we have... I want a new pet battle daily. What do we got? We got more regular world quests. That's something. And then there's those stupid things, which I won't do, and you can't make me. I want a new pet battle world quest. I don't know why there isn't one up yet. Alright, we made it to Loam. I want... sold some stuff. A little bit here and there. So I can pick a thing for the dragon riding mount that I don't have yet. Large finned crest sounds exciting. And I'm going to take that, you know. Stick something on top of his head. And then, and I'm sure we can buy the other ones. And then Niffin Diggin' Mitts. Am I just gonna buy the other ones? I think I am, yeah. We've got enough, enough. You wanna sit in my lap? We've got enough, supplies. GoPro at his head. You can fly from anywhere in the Dragon Isles to the caverns via the Flightmaster. On your map, on the bottom right-hand corner when you're on the Flightmaster, like looking at the map, there's a big Zeralite Caverns sort of button you can click on, and that gets you into the Zeralite Caverns. I was confused too. Okie dokie. So we buy one of these. Oh no, I bought the Chinthorn already. We buy one of these. I don't know why I spent so long trying to decide which one I wanted to get when they were going to be that cheap. And then my Diggin' Mitts. Diggin' Mitts is a toy. It's a toy that you learn. Digs a tunnel back. It's a 1 hour cooldown, and then if you're in the caverns, it takes you back to Loam. So I'm going to stick that on my bars. Well, that'll come in handy at some point in our lives. Actually, I need to go back to Devastation. We're not healing anymore. How long have you known that? About 2 minutes. Oh, seems like longer though, yeah? Oh, look, Rango. We can't have him yet.
Keep your nose clean.
Okay.
I hate to
That's
see
good.
you go now.
What else do I want for my life? Oh yeah, I was going to put my Diggin' Mitts on this bar. Niffin Diggin' Mitts. And then we can talk to Briggle for go get to the track C there. Yeah. I can hide the spectacular victories. We don't need those. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Off we go. Quest for the champion gear is in your adventure log. You're looking for... Oh, I've already forgotten the name of it. In your suggested content, you should be able to just tab through the carousel and then pick up the one. It wants you to do 5 heroic dungeons. Kill the clack attack lobster rare, hang on to the claw. Yeah, I heard about that. There's a toy or a pet, secret pet. Yeah, something clobbering. There was an achievement we were looking at. Cavern clobbering. Complete all of the special encounters under the effects of the clack and claw. I don't think I have one yet. Also, I only just realized yesterday when I was looking through my pet journal that I'm gonna need to do something to do with the recipe rat and the cheese, because also these things are so cute. I'm gonna need to do something with the recipe rat and the cheese because there is a rat with a special name. Where is he? I forget his name. It's not Lord Stanley. Lord Stanley, though. I like how it's just like a big old clicky clacky crab, but like you call him, you give him like a funny name, and then all of a sudden he's adorable. Roland. Yeah, the achievement, the gift of cheese. Look, he's got a fork. No, he doesn't have a fork. Those are his claws. No, he does have a fork. He has a little fork. I'm gonna need that. And that's gonna be a later me problem. Okay. Alright, my first daily. Less car. Stolen supplies. Okie dokie. We can do that. Probably. You can buy them off the auction house, but I can't find the top hat. Did we decide if the Niffin were from Minnesota or Canada? They're from underground. Pay attention. Oh, the crackling claw. I've lost track of what we're talking about here. Have you seen the elemental with the top hat at the Dragon Scale camp? There's, I know that there's an elemental called the Gentleman Elemental, and I enjoyed that a fair bit. I want to, get all the wild pets from the caverns, but I want to make sure I'm doing my more time-sensitive stuff first. Like, we have the rest of our lives, basically, to get the rest of these, to get the pets. Stolen supplies, there we go. I think I need to turn on minor nameplates because I am not noticing when I'm in combat with some stuff. Interface, names, minions, and minor. I had turned them on previously. Gotten any mounts from the caverns via rare drops. I know that there is at least one mount that drops that way, but I haven't seen it myself. Someone from the Midwest can confirm. They are originally from here, moved to the cave for a better life. Fresh start. Oh, the claws you can buy off the auctionist, then you can interface with the top hat for a pet. Okay. I don't know what you mean by interface with the top hat, but it's good that you can buy the claws. Although, I might just keep an eye open for them. It seems like something I can work on later. Can I just loot this? Oh, I can just loot it. I'm mistrustful of treasures now. I always assume there's something about them that I just am not going to be able to do. There's going to be some tricksy, clever thing to them that I just don't understand. People are saying NA might be bugged for Karukta. No one is getting it. Top hat that can spawn in a few places. Why would comments have coordinates? I think I just need to look into the whatever the top hat is about at some other time when I'm not quite so fried. I'm just not keeping enough pieces of info in my head to string them together. I don't know what it's for, and then if I knew what it was for, I don't know how it works. You know, sometimes you just gotta leave things for their day. Karukta has been dropping this morning. Oh, I know people were asking me if I'd gotten my pink snail yet, or I thought I don't know. There's a slug that you can get. I think it's a slug from the orbs. There's like the 3 orbs that you get, and then you go loot the treasure. That I haven't got it, but it looks like it's going to be a bit easier if you procrastinate for a really long time, because there's like limits on how many people can like loot the thing, and then you're kind of in competition for the orbs, it sounds like. So I was kind of putting that one off. And then I thought the pink snail was snail racing, but I only just got renowned 7 right now. Maybe I could have been snail racing before this, but I didn't see any dailies. I was over there at Glimmerog, you know, showing him my snails and stuff. I didn't see any dailies until you know, just today when I got renowned 7. How's it going? Hello. Okay. Sup, Pat the Butcher? How you doing? How are things? Lord Stanley's a lobster wearing a top hat. You find a crawling top hat and you click on it while you're transformed with the claw consumable. Okay. I thought we were talking about the rat for some reason. He has a chef's hat. That's a different kind of hat. I gotcha. Computer's packed. Lag on the floor, sweating now. You're doing it. You're living my dream. The Hunger Games of Orbs be strong the last few days. Yeah. I am almost feeling like it's time, like things have cooled off enough that it's time for me to go look for the Frightened Kodo, the mount from Battle for Azeroth in the Darkshore Warfront area. Or not Warfront, just in the updated Darkshore. I'm starting to finally feel like I've procrastinated long enough that I can probably if I'm camping and like checking the resets and stuff, I can probably get away with getting myself one of those. That's about my timeline for how long it takes me for stuff like that. What do you think of the new Worgen transform where it's like Drakthir? Seems great. Seems like a lot of people really wanted it, especially after Drakthir got it. It hasn't made me make a Worgen yet. It's made it closer, but I still have yet to actually make a Worgen. But I remember whenever I used to try to play Worgen, I would basically never see, like I would have their humanoid form and you would see it during the beginning of the Worgen experience, like before you become a Worgen basically, and then I would never see it again ever again after that. So it's nice that you can kind of become better acquainted with it. Did I do it? I didn't do it. I'm gonna need another supply. 11 of my druid. I'm like Medivh normally. Are you excited about the new if that's the case, you excited about the staff and then the helmet cloak pack that's on the shop / going to be on the trading post one day? I've gone too far. I've gone too far. Oh, there we go. There we go. That'll do. So it seems like it's going to be like 2 weeks of dailies for me to get the snail mount because I had all of the snails all leveled. Well, I had them all leveled after I'd gone back and I had them all leveled after I went back and bought an extra stone for Shelly. Bare shoulders and a brown hood. Nice. Okay. Looked through my titles the other day. Be honest, don't know where 90% of these came from. I was doing the same thing last night. I was on my evoker. I had just made this transmog. And I was like looking for a title to go with it. And I was like, well, I've got some centaur things. I could be the Khan's Guard. I've got kind of like a Black Dragon title. And then I saw Paragon of the Obsidian Brood, which is a mouthful. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. It kind of goes with the name Zelixia. When did I become a Paragon of the Obsidian Brood? And I looked it up, and apparently it's because I got best friends with Sibelian. Oh, this is the Gentleman Elemental, but he's not. He's not. I don't know. What? Cavernous Capers. I don't know what that's all about. I'm leaving. If you do the Kodo and reset next week, odds of you getting it at least 50%. Yeah, I think it would be not awful. Look at that hat. Such a gentleman. Join the caverns? Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. I just unlocked... Well, it said I unlocked snail racing, and I think what they meant by that is I unlocked dailies. I'm 3 of 5. I'm 200 into competent with snail racing. And my understanding is that when I finish that, I can get a mount. When do I get to start racing the snails on my own? I know that like the snails do the turnaround here. We have a good batch of racing snails today besides Roggy. But I don't know what else it really is doing. How would you feel about a tank spec for Drakthir model would get bulkier? It's a very popular request. It's not for me. It's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't really play it, but I wouldn't be opposed to them adding it for people that want it. It's just not really my thing. Underlay. Okay. We did our daily. Which for snail racing didn't seem to have an awful lot to do with the snails. Maybe the supplies are for the snails. When they announced snail racing, my first thought was Hazel's gonna love this. It's just... When do I get to race the snails? When do I get to get on my snail and race? Worried we were gonna be in the caverns all the time? Through the invasions, yeah. Well, they haven't, the Fearic invasions haven't started yet, have they? They're maybe next week? So what time is it? It's 10:23. I kind of want to find a lambent node to overload, actually. I've been doing my daily Dracathis transmute, because that's decent, that's decent. I mean, there's always pets. Decent gold, and if I can get myself some of my own glow spores, I can save some of my gold on the mats too. Assuming the plants keep the old zones alive. Yeah, I think that I don't think the old zones are going anywhere. I think that they'll still be relatively populated. I'm trying to think back to the end of BFA, like when we had Korthia and we also had Zereth Mortis. There was more activity noticeable in like Zereth Mortis, but it was a sort of a denser area. I guess things did get a little bit quiet out and around. Rares in Zerlek Caverns don't seem nearly as impactful as they did in Forbidden Reach. I was looking through like what you can get from rares, and it really doesn't seem like it's as big of a deal. You know, they have a chance to give you some gear. They drop like the same things that regular rares do, but you're not getting like a ton. You're not really getting rep from them. It seems you're not really getting. It seems like you can kind of leave it be. Although I would like to work on the adventure achievement, I guess. How are we doing on that? Here's how we get to know the Zerlek Caverns. We work on the meta achievement. I have done Stones Can't Fly for getting flight stones, and I've explored the caverns. For Adventure of Zerlek, oh, I need to do so many of them. I need to do so many of them. Oh, you only need 10 for the adventure. Okay, you don't have to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I need literally one more. That's funny. And then I found out Wowhead was saying that these events are actually like a lockout. I don't remember if it's daily or weekly, but you can't just do them infinitely. There's a set amount of those events that you can do for like rep and coins, and then once it's done, it's kind of you're kind of done. All right, so he's making his smellies. Don't let his smellies get away. Quick, get them back to the pot. Okay. Sure, why not? Only need one more. I thought it was going to want me to do... I mean, maybe there's a follow-up achievement that is required that needs you to do all of them. Not rare groups compared to the Forbidden Reach. Yeah, I was quite surprised by that. That was very surprising to me when I was looking through the custom group finder. There was still like 3, 4 different, like pretty big active groups for the Forbidden Reach rares, and there was one group for Zerlek Caverns rares, and it wasn't as big. There we go. Get my Hiking Dirt covered pouch. Okie dokie. Yeah, may as well keep up with the world quests, eh? They might work like Grand Hunts. First reward bag is epic, and then it's rare. Maybe. Caverns rares don't seem quite as frequent.
Deep Hollow Lakes.
Deep Hollow Mysteries. What do we need to do here? I see stuff to loot in the water. Is that the gist? Use the magnet bubble to breathe underwater. Optional. Where is the magnet bubble? Those things. Okay. And then we're just looting stuff. That seems fine. Good excuse to spend some time with my underwater mounts. I like this thing. When do you ever see this thing anymore? Never. Look at its big old whiskers. Look at the big old hook in its tail. This thing got away. Join the tree mouse swarm. Trying to get all my alts into the caverns. Is there any skip I did miss? You shouldn't have to redo... I haven't tried it myself, but you shouldn't have to redo... Oh, I've already used that. The whole campaign. Once you've done your first character through the intro, there should be a few things. A Scarlopod that you can just access right away on your alt. I don't have one of those. I don't know if it's... I only see the one of them. I'm getting it. That one's for me. There is no skip. You don't need to redo the intro. Fly into the cavern. The rares and world quests will be spawning. Cruel Brown, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Also, Had the Butcher had a brand new sub as well. Thanks. Appreciate it. No, you totally get a sub badge. I just missed it. My sound alerts aren't working very well for my ear. Healing Heroics for the champion item. There is a quest. There is a weekly quest that you can get from your adventure journal, or you can pick it up in Veldraken where the old dungeon quest used to be. And it wants you to do 5 dungeons to get a champion track item. You can choose either the champion track item or the reward crest, or the Drake Flame crest. And the champion track item can be upgraded to 424. It can be upgraded up to 424. So a lot of people are doing that quest just to see what they get and upgrade it if it's a good item. Just want the acorn badge. Yeah, you got it. Watch all your YouTube videos, doesn't know how to use Twitch. Oh, that's okay. I barely know how to use Twitch. Every now and then there's some kind of a trend or some kind of new feature, and chat has to teach it to me because I don't know what's going on. Watching your YouTube videos for years. Raid guides have been essential to my raiding experience. Aw. Shucks. I really appreciate you guys watching the new guides. I got more of them on the way. We're cooking them up in real time. 64k overflow. There's a couple of things you can buy for it in the Forbidden Reach. I'm pretty sure I have like not that much left on me. I've got 7k, but I spent, I think it's like what, 25k for Bucky the pet and then 100k for the Ruffalon mount. This is a nice little kitty cat. You guys have pets that hang out with you while you're gaming? Look at this little baby. She gets into like a little egg. And she gets all comfy and she gets like really soft feet. Fluffy girl sitting at the window beside me at all times. Can't get Keystone Hero anymore, right? How about the portals? For last season, they're done. The window of opportunity has closed for last season's dungeon portals. But we'll get a chance to earn new ones for the new season dungeon portals. Jesus, sweetie. Coins from the vault gated to season 1. Can only yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think that is true that you can they will not work for next season. Not 100% sure. Oh, another Waterlot bundle. Okay, I'm gonna find this one. Last time it was just a bunch of looking. We just it was like in and around and behind and just like really, yeah. That's where it was. Something like that. Here we go. I got a barter brick from that. That's where I've been getting them from. You can still get portals this week. Click bubbles from afar for a speed boost. Oh. Oh, maybe that's why they call them magnet bubbles. Oh, I still haven't gotten any artifacts. Oh, I understand. I wasn't doing this right at all. I just swam around for a bit and then didn't accomplish anything. All right, okay. There's the artifacts, although it really does look a bit like a... Oh, no, okay, it's like a necklace. I thought it was a, like a mine. Cat in my lap sits straight up, refuses to move or lay down. 16.8 years old. Like 20 people hadn't figured out the bubbles. It's not explained well. I might have... You might have expected me to clue in since they're called magna bubbles. I just was like, oh, wow. Weird Funny Cave calls things weird funny names. Huh. Okay. Didn't question it in the slightest. Yeah, checks out. They're always coming up with names for stuff. Oh, alright. I was just excited to have a chance to see my underwater mounts again. I think the artifacts themselves, I think I was expecting them to glow more. The bubbles are the most visible thing. I need another 7. I need more. And I'm not seeing them, but that doesn't mean they're not there. It just means that my eyes aren't there. Heart is still possible to get K7 this week? Perhaps so. I guess I'm just maybe I'm confusing that with like the technical season end. Any issues with your add-ons getting messed up recently? Oh, I mean, it's like a patch, so yeah, they're gonna be a little spottier and they're gonna need updates, and some of them might need a few rounds of updates. Whenever a new patch comes out, I basically turn off all of my add-ons and then turn them back on one by one as they get updates and as I realize that I need them again and as I remember. And then sometimes I'll turn them on and then back off again depending on how much they're acting up. But yeah, it's pretty normal for it to be a bit messy for a bit. Oh yeah, that is kind of fun. I'm the terror of the deeps. Okay. Gives you a swim speed buff too. Wish they would have waited till next week to turn off the old catalyst. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna organize my time next week. I want to do... Well, raid will be on raid nights. I don't think I need to worry about the raid outside of raid nights. I'm not going to try to like do the raid on alts as well. So raid on raid nights. Keys, I guess, on non-raid nights. I guess weeknights that aren't raid nights are going to be key nights. So maybe Tuesday and then maybe like Friday or Saturday. And then I guess if I want to solo shuffle, I can do that during the day? Do I want to do it on stream? I want to, I don't know, I want to have a more regular shuffle journey throughout the season this time around, because last season I played for a couple of weeks, and most of it was just trying to get my vicious mount sorted out, but like as I got comfier with, you know, talents and the balance and whatever, we started to sort of climb solo shuffle rating a little bit, which is hard to do as a healer sometimes. It's, you get fast queues, but I don't know, someone said it was hard, and I believed them because it made me feel better about myself. So I guess my logic is that if I start earlier and I play more, then it would be fun to see if I can achieve a higher rating without having any specific critical goals in mind. I am really struggling to find this last artifact. They are not, I mean, I guess they've been underwater. They're going to look kind of dingy, but they are not very bright. Yeah, still maining Evoker for raid and for Mythic Plus is my plan. I don't think I would swap. If I was going to swap, I would do it before, oh, there's one. I would do it between expansions, basically. So at the end of Dragonflight before the next expansion, if I felt like I had had enough Evoker and I didn't want to play it anymore, I would swap then. Will help Dupert's wagon reach low. Sometimes these events will show an epic pouch, but then when you do them, they don't give it to you, and then sometimes they do. So I'm very curious. This one is saying it's going to give me the epic dirt-covered pouch, but I'm curious if we actually do this, if it's going to be true. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello. Thank you very much. Right back at you. Alpha move. Run keys between raid pulls. Doing shaman swap to druid tanking. I don't think I'll ever swap my PvE main. I don't think I'll ever swap my main away from healer. I think I like healing too much. DPS was fine for outdoor stuff, and it was fine for raid. It was fine for raid, but I just love healing so much, and healing in keys in particular. Dungeons, for me, are way more fun healing than they are DPSing. I don't mind them DPSing, but I definitely enjoy healing way more. So whatever I main will be something that has a healing spec that I'm really excited about. And I don't see any reason why that wouldn't keep being Evoker. Hello, fellow Lightbringer resident. Hello! Healing's fun, just got really into my HPL. HPL is like the one healer that I've actually never really sorted out. I think the highest I've ever played in HPL is like level 20 something. It's the one healing spec that I never got to the bottom of. I don't know why. I just felt like if I wanted to heal with holy magic, I may as well play a priest. And never thought to question that very much. Didn't even realize there was a drop. Did you get it? It's cool. It's a Hearthstone toy. HPL is a weird flow. It's the best. It just I got the blue pouch. I have a very specific idea in my mind. I like things to feel very archetypical, I guess. And healing on a clothy, healing with holy magic on a ranged clothy feels more healery to me than healing on a pants-wearing, plate-wearing, somewhat melee, flashlight aiming, Knight of the Round Table. And it's not to say that it's not about, like, you know, it's just the way that my brain deals with, it's just, I don't know. Reek root Doug. Sniff about. Take a... Reek root is one of the most sublime smellies out there. Our sniffer scouts left scent trails where they planted them. Use this incense to follow the trails to the roots. Alright, so if we're assuming that it's going this way. Prot's in a good place right now. Paladin in general's in a great spot. Dates back. I'm sure it does. I think I probably just missed. I probably just missed exposure to the formats that had those kind of archetypes in my formative years. I just didn't play EverQuest. I just missed out on the media that had those kind of archetypes. Each their own, of course. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to make it seem like I think that they shouldn't be healers or anything like that. It's just the one class that I didn't spend a lot of time with. Almost ready to quit running Rifts in D3, come back to WoW. Dig on the bright green patches. Are these bright green? Is this bright green? Oh, that's sniffing. How do I dig? Do I have a shovel? I have a sniffer. I have a story of a memorable victory. Is it clickable? The whole thing looks green. This looks brighter green. Let me see here. Oh, it gives me a button. Okay, alright. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if I'd found one of those yet. I think I'm going to be very into the Niffin world quests and Renown for a couple of weeks, and then we're going to get it to max, and then I'm not going to think about it again. Watch your Malik Chamber guide, appreciate it. Going to demand more polls, I'm sure. It makes more sense when you've seen it. It's one of those things that's going to be way easier later on farm when you have a lot of gear, because early on when you're just kind of like barely geared up enough to make it through that fight, there's going to be a lot of healing, and you're probably going to be swapping the raid groups at least once, if not twice, which is messy. You can either swap the bosses to the groups, but either way, you got to stand near a different one. And then later on, when you've got more DPS, you're going to be able to just kind of, go for it, and then not have to run around quite so much. And then the healing obviously will be much easier when it's one of those things that's going to be like a huge healing check early, and then later on it's going to be much more manageable. But it's an early enough boss in the raid that I don't think that gear check is going to hold you back for very long. I think that people are going to outgear it, and it's not going to be a huge roadblock or anything, I think. I passed 3 on my way to that one. Oh no. Completed my first Twitch drop. How do I redeem it in game? Click the redeem button in Twitch. Once you've done that, it will be delivered in game to you. It will be delivered in game to you in your journal, your toy journal directly. It's not going to be a mail. You're going to open up your toy journal and it'll be there eventually. It might take a while to come through. Sometimes they do. Oh, stolen stash. We are officially capped on flight stones. I've been capped on flight stones, which kind of makes it less exciting to do a lot of different things. Twitch says it's not linked. Blizz says it is. Don't know whether I'm going to get it or not. Yeah, that's frustrating. I can spend them. Yeah, I could spend them. Although, is it... Like, I've hit a season maximum, so would I, if I did spend some down, would I be able to earn more? I mean, not that I really have anything to spend them on right now, but... How are you feeling about the new preservation tier bonuses? Dreading having to use Emerald Blossom, hoping my target is stacked with 5 people. Honestly, hadn't thought about it that much. That was a later me problem. It's like honor, it's only a holding cap. Oh. Well, it's weird. It's a weird way to say it then, isn't it? Like, I guess if the holding cap extends week after week. Typically when there's like a... Well, that's a season total. I don't know. I'm just not with it this morning yet. I need to dig one more route. I need something nice and easy and foolproof to do for a nice easy win. I gotta get my self-esteem back up before I try and accomplish anything today. I'm not finding a lot more of these routes. There's one more somewhere. I'm sure I've walked by it. Okie dokie. Love the Manic Grief Torch. We ended up having so many of those in our raid. It was very funny that somebody would die, somebody would get like smoked by a mechanic, and then all of a sudden you would just see like 6 people just grief torching like immediately. They were very popular. Flight stones aren't very useful. Yeah, I think they'll come in handy more later. I think that's the thing, is if you've got like I've got a lot of 421, 408 gear from last patch. I guess these are only 408, 415, 421. That it just didn't seem a lot of doing. No one doing the last week of time walking this week. Keep trying to queue up, giving up. Aw. I'm sure there's still people running, but it's a lot of people are probably pivoting to new content. I feel like I've been here before. I think I've done this before. Maybe I just need to leave the area completely and come back. Not to make the thing spawn, but just to have like fresh eyes. There's one. There we go. That'll work. Good grief. Good grief. Okay. And then that's all the world quests that we were gonna do. Okay. There's no new pet quest yet. I can vendor these things I got from the dungeon. I don't think I'm gonna sink flight stones into those champion cups that I got. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think they're gonna be better enough than the ones I'm already wearing. Evening from the UK. Good evening. What do I want to do? I turned off TSM, so. Oh, there's another one. Save Pickle Bessie. I thought I saved Pickle Bessie already. From the fire. That's right. We did this yesterday. So I guess the question is whether it's a daily or a weekly lockout on these little events. Or maybe there's no lockout and I just misread the Wowhead article. Hey from Texas. Hello. Game sound seems quiet. I don't have my headphones are disconnected, so I don't have a monitor on it right now. It should be a little quiet. I didn't want it to be too loud. Will Kira stay in your lap if you tap your foot or shake it? My cat doesn't care, she's not moving. I don't usually try. I used to be a huge leg bouncer, but I don't do that as much anymore. I've taken all that anxiety and I've just like internalized it. Okay. Those coins are going okay. Here, let's go do that rare and see if it's one of the ones that we need to get our adventure achievement. Oh, Lambent. We need that. So we overload. Doodle-doo. And then you can pick it while your buddy's spawning in, and then you can just whoop. Try and clean up as many of these as we can. There we go. Nice. I don't know exactly how many I got, but it felt like lots. Am I gonna make it still? I might have time. The mushroom guy runs around leaving itsy bitsy little green spores behind him, and you run over them to pick up glow spores, which is a new crafting mat to the Zeralek Caverns. Oh, kitty cat, what is it? Yeah? What is... Yeah, there we go. That works. Adventure. So is that all I needed for the Zeralek, yeah, no, that counts for the Zeralek meta achievement. You don't need to do all of them, you just need to do 10 of them. That's very generous. Oh, also, I got some just split. I'm getting lots of customizations for my Winding Slither Drake that I, again, don't have yet. Alright, I think I'm ready to do something scary for the last 10 minutes here. I'm gonna do a short stream today. And... Oh, he does have a hat on. I'm gonna do a short stream today. I may do short ones again on the weekend as well. And then I'm actually... I don't think I'm gonna do a Saturday news this week. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of a write-up and post it to the YouTube community page instead. Because I want to try and see if I can do 2 raid guides today. And I'm gonna need all the brain hours I can get for that. So... what I'm gonna do for the last 10 minutes of my stream, something I've been a little scared to do, I'm gonna enable handy notes, and then reload, and then look at the map. Dragon Shard of Knowledge. You turn those in a cave in the Onaran Plains, and they will give you 1 knowledge point for a profession of your choice, and as well as some artisan's metal. Gonna love it. All right. Did I do it? Do I need to get a new handy notes for... Do I need to install a new thing? Oh, you need to turn on the base set on. Yeah, normally on weekends I am technically... I did promise 3 hours on weekends, but... sometimes I cancel streams during raid season, so I'll take this. Doodle-doo. Alright, let's look here. We have, it shows me the races. I guess I turned the treasures down to be really itty-bitty, itsy-bitsy little treasures. I guess I didn't want to be too overwhelmed. I see rares, but they're very faint. This is where I'm going to cheat and find the last dragon glyph. Here's a treasure. It's a ritual offering. Well-chewed chest. Get the key from the bear. So I can work on treasures. I made them so tiny. I made them so little. I think sometimes I get a bit frustrated with how much my map feels cluttered with handy notes. And I have taken revenge on it in the opposite direction by making my icons minuscule. I'd like to thank Robotic Unicorn 007 for a brand new sub. Welcome to this Girl Squad. Also, Fabian Orso had a brand new Prime sub a couple minutes ago. Thank you. Handy Notes has been broken for me for a few weeks. Oh, it's no good. This one seems to be working. I may have run an update on it. I want to know... Handy Notes. Dragon Glyphs. That's where my last one is. Okay. Alright, let's go start with that. Death Raid, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Have to take my Pikachu to the shop. I didn't know there were so many dragon races. At some point I'm going to need to make a little short list of which rares to keep an eye out for that have like notable drops, because it seems like I don't really need to hit up all of the rares anymore. They're mostly just kind of dropping stuff that's not as important to me, but some of them actually, like, at least one of them has a mount, and then some of them have items that are needed for other stuff. So there we go. We got the last glyph. That's something done. We go into the skills, we make sure we learn ground skimming. Dragon riding near the ground. 1 vigor every 20 seconds. 20 seconds seems like kind of a long time. It doesn't work during Thrill of Skies. So I guess that blue thing underneath indicates that ground skimming's working, and then once you start going faster, you get actual Thrill of the Skies. I haven't really had that many issues with my vigor I haven't really been struggling that much with my vigor in the Zerlite Caverns. It hasn't really been a big problem. Which rare has a mount? Exactly. Something I'm gonna need to make a note out of when I find out. Here, let's find out. If we go to the mount journal, and we're looking... I mean, chat's gonna tell me before I find it here, but it's not that one. Not that one. I'm missing lots of mounts. For as many mounts as I have, there's like plenty of them that I don't. All kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, we haven't done, I guess I forgot, we haven't done, whatchamacallit, Nighthold this week either. We can do that this weekend. That's easy enough, especially with our skip. Doesn't take a super long time. I don't feel like the Zerlite Caverns content is so pressing that it's going to be weird for me to be doing Nighthold. Must have gone past it. Karakta. What's the mount called? I never did Glory of the Shadowlands hero either. Daily World Quest pet battles. I definitely need something. Yeah, I guess so. I'm not filtering any of them out though. Karakta. Oh, there you go. Cobalt Shieldwing from Karakta in the Zerlite Caverns. Yeah, it's kind of a nice color. So Karakta is... Let's see here. Let's just look. Cobrock must be the one that drops the claw. There's... Okay, so I see. So the name is spelled differently in different places, but that's where it is. It's kind of over by the Dragon Scale camp on that side. Underground where the magma's coming from. I don't need anything special for this. No, I can just loot it. All right. Molten Primal Fang. I hadn't looked at that before. See, I would have never found that without handy notes. Is it cool looking? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's neat. All right, get me out of here. It hurts. Let's learn that. What else can we get? What is that? Drake Forged Magma Charm / kneel by the nearby statue. Okay. Rumor is it might be bugged in NA. 2 people got it. Oh. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? Mount Journal has a typo. Okay. All right. Farther up. Farther up. I know that too far up. Too far up. I know that stands for Lord of the Rings Discord, but it's hard not to misread it as Lord of the Rings. So there's a chest. They said nearby statue. This looks like a nice place to paint something. Down and to the right. Southwest. 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 Slightly southwest. I don't know how far southwest. I found a flower. What does a statue look like? What is a statue? How is a statue? It's a tall dragon roaring. All right. Is it gray? Is it brown? Neon green? Bigger than expected? Very large. Very large. Okay. Big, 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 big. Tall dragon roaring. Large, large, large. I'm like looking for toenails now. Oh, I'm not so good at hide and seek. On the ground. Large. Farther than you'd think. Farther than I'd think. On the ground. Large. Large, tall dragon roaring. This dragon? This is a large statue of a dragon roaring. It's kind of cool. I'd put that in my house. It's like really far. It's like extremely far. Was anything supposed to happen? Do I need to target anything? Oh, he's spitting. All right. I wonder how fast I have to get back up to the treasure. Fire breathing's a good sign. Okay. Because I had used all of my dragon gas getting there. Okay. No. Can I ground skim over this? Technically, yeah. Alright, this is not as fast as just waiting. He may as well just land. I know where it is, I just misused all my vigor. I think I know where it is anyway. Sometimes I think I know things that I don't. Ugh. Ugh. Thoughts on ground skim being 20 seconds? It seems like not that useful. I'm waiting for 3 vigor. Two didn't work for me. Direct your flank's on cooldown. We use that just to get up here. I got another 60 seconds before I can do that again. All right. I see it. It's just hard for me. There we go. We did it. We did it. It was not worth it. You get 4 Fate Explorer Magma Charm. I guess if you need them for something, then you need them for something. Hi, I'm going home. I'm gonna. Well, first of all, I want to use my digging mitts just to see what it's like. Apparently, you can do it from a tower, so that's nice. And we may as well just leave her here. I am gonna wrap up for today and try my best to have a good productive day. I am not planning to put out a news video tomorrow morning. I know a patch came out, but it had surprisingly little. It kind of went as expected, more or less. Not planning on doing a news video. I'm gonna try and get caught up a little bit to make sure the raid guides are as good as I can make them before raid comes out next week. I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna do weekend morning streams, but they're gonna be a little on the short side. We'll check in. We'll do some Nighthold or something. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.